What is up, everyone? Today we're showcasing a really fun team with Shadow Scizor, Froslass, and Dedenne. I created this squad because I really want to try out Dedenne. I think it's quite solid in the current meta. Seeing a lot of Azumarill plus Dark cores, which Dedenne just obliterates. So that is a really nice. Dedenne does really struggle versus a Pokemon like Nidoqueen though, which is why I'm pairing it with two really good answers, Nidoqueen in Shadow Scizor and Froslass. Besides that, Dedenne also struggles with dark poisons, as we see in this battle right here, Drapion. But this Drapion is actually an Aqua Tail, which makes the matchup not too bad. But yeah, if I don't see a dark poison in the lead, generally I'll try to switch to Froslass to lure it out. And if the dark poison is gone, if the Nidoqueen is gone, Dedenne can just go off. Because besides the dark poisons, Nidoqueen, it really doesn't have many hard counters. So either wins or has a neutral matchups versus most things. I really wasn't expecting this team to do too well, to be honest. It's very glossy. We have 3 Pokemon that require shields to work well, to be honest. So I didn't think it did that great, but it actually did very well. Very well, actually. I went positive in 3 sets, and I only did 3 sets, so only positive. And I got a 5-0 along the way as well, which is quite nice. But honestly, that is mainly thanks to Froslass, because it's just such a monster. Look at this, takes out the Drapion. Gonna take out the Umbreon here as well. Was counting those moves, just perfectly throwing them on CMP right here before he can get off a move. And in comes the Toxicroak. And I overfarm, but then I still go for the Avalanche. You should go for Shadow Ball here, because it actually does do more damage than Avalanche does. Would have knocked out, but it doesn't matter. I was bringing the Den here. Sacrifice it. Honestly, kind of unnecessary. But I want this Froslass sweep. Jellicent Lead, really not too bad. For Scizor, though, I do get one shot here by a Shadow Ball, so I do generally lose this matchup. But I can do some good damage back. Night Slashes. Unfortunately, I cannot switch my Froslass, though. Kind of expecting the Den answers in the back, which is not great. But let's see what is going on. There was an alignment here. Unfortunately, the Nice Bullet Punch is pretty big. You kind of want all your Bullet Punch there to be able to outpace. But I take those Bubble Beams. Gonna throw a Night Slash here. You should do a good chunk of damage to the Jellicent. Even though I'm the buff. Can I get to another Night Slash? I'm one off, fortunately. Gonna take another Bubble Beam here. Should be able to survive and get to another one. I better get to another one in this route to knock out the Jelly at this stage. Now, what does he bring in? Salazzle. That is the first Salazzle I've seen. And this is terrible. Because Salazzle beats the Den, because it can Poison Fang it. Super effective. It also beats Froslass, because it can incinerate it down. So this is a really... This is the core breaker for my team, actually. It technically beats all 3 of my squad. Any fire, to be honest. Also a load of Marowak. It's not. It's not. Luckily, they're not that common though, and luckily, in this case, Salazzle was extremely squishy. So, one discharge will knock out. It's time to overfarm here a lot. I didn't throw my move into the Dragalge, which might have been a mistake. The thing is, Salazzle actually wins CMP versus the Den. That is the problem. So, I probably should have farmed down, play rough the Dragalge, and then farm down the Dragalge with Froslass. So I could have a move loaded for this, but instead I just overfarm a bunch. Have an Avalanche ready, and since Salazzle is so squishy, this will knock it out. Nidoqueen Lead, exactly where I want to see it. This team was designed to beat most Nidoqueen Lead teams, since most of the Nidoqueen Lead teams I've seen are either double Dark in the back, or Azumarill Umbreon, and the Den just really destroys. If I can kill the Nidoqueen with Scizor or Froslass, the Den just kills the rest. It's really nice. This game, you see the Azumarill come in, gonna overfarm as much as possible and kill Azumarill. But this shard right here, unfortunately, the Nidoqueen will be able to farm me down. It's not that huge. Especially if I could, if they come in late enough, I might be able to save my... I couldn't even get off my discharge. Not great. I'm gonna throw Iron Head here, because they might not shield a Night Slash, because it doesn't kill. Iron Head would kill. You can see they let it go, and it comes save the line. which is not amazing for Scizor and Froslass, of course. I wish I had my Dedenne on this, but with, you know, the shield advantage, I have now the energy lead. I should be very good. Just throw 2 Night Slashes. I bring in my Frost, and at this point, they're not going to be able to get to 3 foul plays before I get to an Avalanche, and they certainly can't farm me down before I can, so this should be really, really good. I'm going to, of course, shield up these foul plays. My opponent is keeping his hopes up. Gonna go for the Avalanche. We will take out the Sableye and take another win. These Nidoqueen lead teams are usually just 3 wins for this squad, which is really, really nice. Alright, Marowak lead. You're probably all wondering how I deal with this. Well, honestly, you just don't. This is very, very, very rough. I don't really have an answer for this. Marowak in the back is kind of fine, because I can Night Slash it, I can Shadow Ball it, and can kill him that way. In the lead, it is a pain in the ass. You want to go into the den here. Hopefully they don't have a counter to it. Usually I wouldn't recommend switching in the den, because it can get very hard countered by like Nidoqueen, all the way farm down, then you're screwed. But in this case, you have to risk it. I survived that second Bone Club, unfortunately, because if I don't survive that, then they'll get more energy. They needed 4 more Fire Spins for the Shadow Bone, so I'm just gonna throw at the move, so I don't have to use a shield on it. But yeah, an Obstagoon comes in, and at this point, this is very over. This is very, very over. Yeah, Marowak lead, Mawile lead as well with Fire Fang. Usually just don't. It's just not possible, but they are not that common, so you know it's fine. Azumarill lead. This is why I run Iron Head on Scizor. This is still not a winning matchup for Scizor with Iron Head, but it's a lot better. It's actually kind of decent. The Ice Beam's in his meta, or Ice Beam's, Azumarill's in his meta, run Ice Beam play rough, so you don't have to worry about a move one-shotting. Though, that Ice Beam still did a lot of damage. I don't know what happened to the damage there. I think we did hurt Azumarill quite a bit, but it was just visual that it was much, because they switched off. Anyway, they brought in the Scizor. I'm gonna bring in the Den here. I survive, or most of his charge moves are resisted, but since this could be an Iron Head, I will shoot it. Unfortunately, also denied, and then it's fine. The Den can do this. We're gonna discharge the Scizor. They shoot it up, unfortunately. They're gonna go for another Night Slash here. I think the Den is very squishy at this point. I'm just gonna shoot it up. It's very clear to me they're very weak to the Den, so I'm gonna keep it alive. I should still be able to outpace the Azumarill to a move if they bring it in. Might be like a Dark type in the back. Of course, Den would be really good against. They bring in Wormadam, which is not great, because it could be able to Iron Head my Froslass, but I actually make a huge mistake here. They bring in the Azumarill, and even though they're gonna get some good charge of damage off here, I'll be able to farm up so much energy, and then I'll be able to Shadow Ball the Wormadam. If I get that Shadow Ball damage in, maybe the discharge I have stored up on the Den will be able to take out the Worm. Let's see. I'm gonna throw a Shadow Ball right now. This should do a significant amount of damage versus the Wormadam. Discharge isn't that strong of a move though, so this might not knock out yet, even though it's coming from the Den. Pretty attack-weighted Pokemon. I wasn't sure, but it does, and it's a very good game. Shadow Sharpedo Lead. This thing is actually a core breaker for my squad, because yeah, Scizor's doing resisted damage with the fast moves. He can just shoot up his Night Slash, and Froslass also sucks versus Sharpedo, so I had to stay and I had to just let my Scizor go. But now he has Poison Fangs ready for the Den. I'm gonna try to farm this down, but look at this. The Shark gets to another move. I've actually been using Shadow Sharpedo for the past couple days, and man, this thing is actually really... I feel like it's incredibly underrated. I'm gonna post a video on it tomorrow, actually. It's gonna be very, very fun. But yeah, this game was just over at that point. GG. Zweilous Lead is a better Dark type for me, though, because Scizor actually beats this thing. Do I shield this up? This is just a slam. Yeah, this is just a slam. Does a lot of damage, though. I'm gonna throw a Night Slash, because I don't really want to waste my whole Iron Head, because he might still shield here. Since he's deep into the red and I don't really want to waste a move, I'm just going to bring my Froslass, because I know I can farm down. And even if he gets to a move, it's just a base slam. I don't have to shield. Get some energy here. Gonna Shadow Ball the Fish. This should do a lot of damage to this thing. I don't really want to bait because I feel like they might no shield. And they did no shield. I guess they were expecting me to bait since, you know, Quillfish is such a squishy Pokemon. Even an Avalanche will do so much damage. So bait, I think, is very obvious there. Which exactly why I don't think you want to bait. Yeah. They bring in Nidoqueen. This is pretty okay at this point because I think I am able to get the 2 Avalanches before they get to another Poison Fang. And then I also still have a move ready on my Scizor. Yeah, I get to another Avalanche. This will knock out the Queen if they no shield, but of course they shield. Why would they no shield? I bring in my Scizor. It's gonna Night Slash this Queen, and that is a GG. Right? Yeah. They have nothing to do with Quillfish. Let's go. Let's go. That's a nice win. It's also the final battle of this video. Hope you enjoyed the team. See you guys in the next one. Alright, bye bye.